Hello again. This time I'm going to look at something that's, I suppose, a little bit between a theme and a normal piece of functionality, in the sense that it's not a technique as such, it's just a very common piece of substitution that it's great to look out for, and it has to do with proper names, particularly boys and girls names, or at least male and female names, although you'll most commonly see it referenced as boy and girl. So I'll give you a quick example and we'll see straight away what I'm talking about. Tool girl used in first half of spring. Tool girl used in first half of spring. Now, standard rules, find your definition first. You're looking at this end thinking first half of spring, sounds like a piece of functionality, so you go to your other end, you've got tool. Now, first half of spring is S, P and R. And if something is going in it, it means that the S, the P and the R are spread out somewhere and the rest of the clue goes in. So then you've got girl used. Used in this sense is just indicating that this is used in. That is in fact not a break. So that girl is used in the first half of spring. Now if you're looking for a tool, it's a very common word. Eventually with the S and the P and a girl, Anne. Anne is a girl's name. So that's the thing in this case, you're not looking for another word for girl, you're not looking for female or her or something like that, you're just looking for a girl's name. That obviously is a fairly common one because you can see that that would probably appear in the middle of a lot of words. So there are some that you see more often than others, but there are by no means any that are ruled out. And you could also see them in other contexts as well. So a clue like this, for example. Fervent boy loses head. 4 letters, fervent boy loses head. The simplest thing, losing head, looking like a piece of functionality, go to your other end for your definition. Fervent, boy loses head. David, with no first D, lost his head, avid. So you can see that's 2 ways in which boys and girls names will crop up quite a lot. This one's actually from the Times Quick Cryptic in the Mind Games section yesterday, day before. So that's another really good place to look for sort of starter level clues. So you've got 2 types there. The other thing, the slightly more obvious function of the words boy and girl in clues is lass and lad. So you can imagine that the lass and lad are both quite common in number of words, so it's very easy to use for a setter to say girl lass and boy lad, and that will just mean drop those in rather than look for a name. You can never be sure if it's going to be one or the other, you just have to play with stuff. In terms of boys, Ted and Ed tend to come up an awful lot, and Henry also has the strange substitution of Hal, which I think is Shakespearean, H-A-L for Henry. Girls' names are all fairly common, you don't see anything too unusual. But yeah, generally just be aware that if you see boy or girl in a clue, it could be a proper name as well as a substituted word like lass or lad. So Ted or Nick or something, and then you can take letters off and add letters on in the perfectly normal sense. But it's good to know that they aren't looking directly for synonyms, more for an example of a boy's name or a girl's name. So enjoy that and happy solving.